I tell you she was the most entitled, broke person you'll ever meet? She would police the entire process. She came in there every day, got a sausage, egg, and cheese grit bowl. She wanted her eggs cooked like they were made at the house. She wanted her sausage burnt just the right type of way. She wanted the cheese melted just right. She wanted the grits to be the perfect consistency. When she walked in every day, I would have to show her the grits to make sure she agreed with how they were made. And she wouldn't just tell me what she wanted. She would sit on the high counter right next to the cook and police the entire process. As the cook is cooking and we're in a busy store, she's sitting there trying to tell him specific ways he needs to be flipping the eggs, telling him to hurry up and take off the sausage before it gets cooked too much. And she would always rush me every day because she had to get to work. Like, I give a and it's like I would be cool with all this if she ever tipped me anything. But no, nothing. She would be my most annoying customer of the day, and she never tipped me $1. No matter how nice I was, never $1. This is where I kind of started to be racist, I guess, when it comes to serving black people. I can't. I'm not going to treat y'all as good as I treat everyone else because I know I'm going to get treated like, and y'all aren't going to tip me $1. Don't get me started on if a family of black people walked in. Oh my God, I would damn near start crying. I would ask every other server there, like, can y'all please serve this table? Please. I do not feel like.
Man, it's this waiter that came out here. I'm gonna try to find the original video, and obviously he was a non-black. If you seen the video, and he said for the most part that black people don't tip. They don't believe in tipping. And I ain't talking about tipping on faux wrapped in faux, but let's talk about it. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreons for the real channel. Go down that. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So, yeah, I agree. Have you ever talked to black women about tipping? They don't really believe in tipping. They don't believe in it. Oh, why should I tip? Or why should, I tip on service, and then they standard for service be so high. Like he said in the video, he was like, yeah, I was this lady come in every time. She want the greatest service in the world, but she don't want to tip me. I'm telling you, dog, I literally hate going out to eat with my mother. It's my mom tip. So I'm not saying from that standpoint. My mom tip, right? From the standpoint, when you go out with women, and my experiences with black women, so when you go out, I ain't never been out with a Becky. Like I said before, I've worked with them, but when I used to be in that type of industry, when I used to be with that type of industry, yeah, I worked with them. I hung, I've been around them, and like I said before, I don't have really too much. I feel like if you don't get along with me, 9 times out of 10, I feel like you the problem. I feel like I'm not hard to get along with. I don't ask for much. But I've seen it go left with them too, just in the restaurant or whatever. But they do the most. They never want the food hot. Well, I know it comes with it's baked chicken breast, but could you saute it first and then put the chicken breast and bake it lightly, and then could you broil it and just have that crispy top? And really, I don't like the yellow onions. Can they do the purple onions? And this type of water you have, can you boil it first and cool it down and then serve it with ice? Like, you be like, yo. That's how black women order. They want the best service, but they don't want to tip. How many times we seen on the internet in the past calendar year, they skipped out on the bill? Remember in New Orleans, they was complaining in New Orleans at the Essence Fest. It was a whole thing where they was, closing down restaurants or not wanting black women in the restaurant. So yeah, I worked in the industry, and I understand that. I wholeheartly get it. They have a reputation for being the most meticulous patrons of restaurants, but now it's coming out that they don't like to tip. I don't get why we should tip. That's broke talk, bro. People are broke. You're black here. Well, I don't really think you should tip because that's their job. And what's $5, $10, bro? What's $5 or $10? I don't get it. What's 10? I had a bill the other day. It was $114. We went out after we seen Mission Impossible. They were 10. Wasn't nothing out the ordinary. That 10 ain't gonna hurt. I could have gave her 20, it wasn't gonna hurt. But I just felt 10. Everything was fast, the food was good. We were there for like maybe not even 30 minutes. So I gave her the 10 ball. You know, sometimes I go places and we sit down to eat. Only place I don't tip when I go sit down to eat, but I do tip. Y'all understand when I say this if y'all been here. When I go to Benihana's or I go to some type of hibachi, the only reason I don't tip the chef is because I never have cash. That's one of the habits that I really need to break is having cash. I tip the waiter all the time, but I never have cash to tip the chef, like a handful of times. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only time I can say that people can complain. But if I had cash, I would tip them. So I don't know if the waiters, you know, split the money with the bartender and the chef. I don't know. But that's the only time that I really got to be better when I go to hibachi places. But other than that, yeah, I don't mind tipping. That's your job. You know, now if I'm tipping on service, yeah. And I've said this before. The best service that you get, I'd have been to bars, I'd have been to Vegas, I'd have been to New York. You know, I done been, you know, all around different places. Canada, you know, I live right next door to Canada. I've been all around the world. Well, all around some places in North America. The best customer service you get is from the LGBTQ community. I promise you. That's the best customer service you're going to consistently get. Whether it's the women, the men, the he's, the she's, the hers, the she-hawks, the bee-hawk, that's the best consistent customer service I ever got. I know if my waiter is part of that community, it's going to be a great experience. I'm not going to have an issue. I promise you. Now, some of the not worst customer service experiences, I can't really pinpoint particular people. I had black men waiters. I had probably bad white waiters, but nothing really stands out to me, honestly. I had a woman dump a old tray of food on me. I ain't complaining or holler. I ain't complaining. It was a mistake. I still tipped her. You know what I'm saying? But really, I feel like I should have got a discount. But I ain't asked for that. So, yes, people, they talking about, a lot of women talking about they the most, black women, I'm the most educated. We got money, more money than men. Men don't go through the shit that women go through when they go out to restaurants. If you go out with a group of people, let's say your homeboys go out. I'm going to give you two scenarios. You and your homeboys go out to the bar. All right? Y'all go out to the bar to watch the game. One of your homeboys just going to pick the tab up. Tell me I'm lying. Don't worry about it. I got it next time. You know, y'all get it. Right? Give me the tab. Boom, boom, boom. There's no complaining. You like, don't even worry about paying me back. Don't worry about it. Next time you get it. Right? Then next time, you know, somebody get it. It's not even keeping score. Right? Or by the time you get to your car, your cash app then hit you 50 times. You spend 130, maybe not even, let's just say 130. You tip 20, 150. Your homeboys then sent you back $200. That's how men get down. Women go out. Oh, I didn't get no food. You know, I ain't ordering nothing. I had the burn. I just had a fry. You know, I just had a glass of water. I'm not splitting the bill. I'm not spending $80 bill for way. I'm not giving you $5. I'm not just giving a tip. That's how they go out. They will fall out over $80 bill. Hell no, but like it is her birthday. Now the girl whose birthday it is, she gotta pay the 80 ball. The 80 ball. This is why they be trying to say, where the men at? The men need to take women out for their birthdays. And you be looking like, they be broke. Men don't do that. Have I went out and paid for my homegirl her meal before? Absolutely, it ain't shit. Well, you should be fucking, man, I ain't even on that type of time, bro. If a girl fuck with me like that, I'm not tripping. That's my girl. Now, if it's somebody I'm just fucking, then no, that don't come with the benefits package of being with me. And I'm just keeping it funky. That ain't part of the package, homeboy, homegirl. It ain't. But that's the dynamic of it. That's the dynamics of it. That's how it be. They broke. Just go to carry out. I always tip. And it's sometimes I'm such a good, I'll go to certain places all the time. They already know what it is. I treat it better. They feel, and you would too. If I ain't got the bread, if my bill $100, 10, 50, depending on the service, 10, 15 bucks. If I really like, if I go somewhere and I used to go to Red Robin's all the time on Michigan Avenue. They close it down in Southfield Free all the time. The lady knew, she already knew I was going to tip her good. She knew what I wanted. The suspect, man, we used to have converse. I don't mind it. So yes, tip on service, but I always tip. Even if the service bad, like it's really, really bad, I tip $1. I tip $2, $5. That ain't really shit. I'm not going out like that. I'm not going out to eat like that if I ain't got it to give. Just keeping it real. So when I see gratuity on the bill, I ain't really tripping about the gratuity. I remember they gave us gratuity. We went out to Locos and shit downtown, and they gave us gratuity. And I was like, the girl was our waiter. We knew her, you know. And one of the dudes was like, no, I ain't tipping her for gratuity. Like, I'm not that cheap. I don't mind. Take it. Take it. Okay, you charge 20% gratuity. He go this 10. I'm not tripping. If you see me out, I ain't really tripping about it, bro. If it's that bad where I can't spare extra 20, 30 bucks on a bit, it's not that deep. I'm just going to do carry out. But that's my opinion. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. You know, thumbs up the video if you like. Thumbs it down. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.